The camera was programmed to shut down every night at exactly 3 a.m. No exceptions, no manual overrides. The owner had set this months earlier after realizing the system never recorded anything useful past that time. Every morning, the recording log ended cleanly at 3 o'clock. But one morning, something was different. There were files saved after shutdown, multiple clips, all of them time-stamped between 3:17 and 3:59 a.m. The camera should have been off. The footage opens in night vision. At first glance, nothing is wrong. The hallway looks exactly the same as it does every night. No movement, no noise, no shadows. Then the exposure shifts, not abruptly, slowly, as if the camera is compensating for a change in light that never actually appears. There's no motion alert, no system flag. The camera behaves as if something entered the room, without triggering any sensor. Without warning, the camera switches angles. This feature had been disabled. The owner confirmed it hadn't been used in months. The new angle points toward the living room doorway, a doorway that leads into darkness. The camera doesn't pan, it doesn't search. It locks the frame, as if it already knows where to look. A shadow appears on the wall beside the doorway. It doesn't move, it doesn't flicker. It also doesn't align with any furniture, any light source, or any object in the room. What's worse, the infrared light doesn't affect it. The shadow absorbs it. The microphone activates. There's no audible sound, no footsteps, no breathing. But the audio waveform spikes sharply. Experts later confirmed the waveform suggests pressure changes, as if something passed close enough to disturb the air without making noise. The clip lasts 20 seconds longer than normal recordings. The shadow disappears. Immediately after, the camera tries to refocus. Once, twice, again. Autofocus retries 6 times, something that usually happens when an object is extremely close to the lens or partially obscured. Nothing visible ever comes into focus. Motion detection turns itself back on. No movement is logged. Yet the internal motion counter increases by 1. There's no bounding box, no highlighted area, just a number that suggests something passed through the camera's field of view too slowly or too unnaturally to be detected. In the reflection of a framed picture, something appears for a fraction of a second. It doesn't resemble the owner. It's too tall, too close. Frame analysis shows the reflection is not delayed or distorted like glare. It's positioned exactly where a person would be standing, directly behind the camera. The frame freezes for 0.8 seconds, then continues normally. The camera switches to a higher frame rate. This only happens when the system predicts fast movement. Nothing moves, but the camera stays ready, tracking something just outside the visible range, as if it's waiting. A soft clicking sound begins. Not mechanical, not electrical. It repeats 3 times. Each click is louder than the last, each one closer to the microphone. The system does not label it as noise, it labels it as presence. The recording ends abruptly. No shutdown animation, no warning. The final frame shows the doorway again. This time it's illuminated. The lights in the house were never turned on. At 7:14 a.m., the owner reviewed the footage. Everything inside the house was exactly where it should be. Doors locked, windows closed. But one system setting had changed. The camera's shutdown time was now set to 4 a.m. The owner had no access logs showing who changed it, and the camera should have been off at 3:17 a.m.